Okay, so as I said, I have the pleasure of introducing our very first panelist, who I can say is very brave to be the first one on. This is Niomi Stella Rose, and she lives north of Sweden. And the dragon realm flew into her life 5 years ago when she was pregnant with her 5th child. Naomi is a light language Kundalini activator, energy worker, Tantric Shamanic Priestess, frequency therapist, and Cacao and Rapeh Ceremonialist. That's a lot to get my mouth around. I haven't had enough coffee. She is also, I'll briefly tell you what she's outlining she's going to talk about. There are 3 parts to her presentation: creating heaven on earth, plus light language, dragon heart activation, dragon wisdom and Kundalini energy healing, and sexual shame and guilt, mother dragon, children under 5, next level intergalactics who are powerful light beings, and how to support and accelerate ascension in our communities. And she will end with light language. So exciting. So I will hand over to Naomi.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Welcome, everyone. I'm Naomi. I'm super excited here in the north of Sweden. And welcome everyone here. If you've come here, you are a dragon rider, you have dragons with you, and you have a dragon mission. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this today. Yeah, where shall I start? First, I'm an activator and an expander. So I invite you to open your hearts and your minds in this next 40 minutes, because a lot of what's going to come through is channeled and is an energy transmission. I'm also going to be bringing through a lot of light language. It looks a little bit like this, and it's already coming through. So let's begin. So the dragons with me, and there are many dragons with me, they have an important message about how we need as a collective to come back into harmony, coherence, and divine order. And one of the ways that we can do this is by reactivating our Kundalini energy. We all have this within us, and it has been suppressed and oppressed, and it is our life force energy. And it is so important because this Kundalini energy brings us back into realignment, activates our joy and passion and soul, light and essence. And it is very powerful energy. And often the dragons love to help us with this. They love to bring this energy of playfulness. And they would love for us to release the energies of shame and guilt that we have around sacred sexuality, because this is what it is sacred sexuality. So Kundalini energy can really help us to release those distortions that our society, our culture, the programming in this 3rd dimensional reality. And when we do this, we can start to purify and raise our frequency and consciousness. We can come back into realignment. And it's so important for us to love and accept this part of ourselves, this Kundalini energy that we all have, this Kundalini sacred sexual energy. And that we bring it into coherence with our heart space, our heart consciousness, and link the 2 together. Radiate this out into the world. And we have many tools for this, and I work a lot with the plant medicine cacao, sacred cacao. It's a gift from Mother Earth, from Gaia Pachamama. And when we drink cacao and work with the frequency of cacao, which is the frequency of divine love and abundance, we can really integrate these two energies, the heart frequency and the Kundalini frequency. So this is the first message that I received from the dragons on my journey. And it is an evolving, ever-expanding journey. Second message. So I, like many, many other mothers, I'm a mother of a dragon. And the dragons have fought through lots and lots of codes around the children that are coming here to help us. And so there's no specific age, but in general, and maybe you have noticed this yourself, if you have children, that the children under 5, the children under 5 are very powerful, high frequency, old souls with a lot of wisdom, intergalactic, powerful light beings. And they have come here with a strong mission to help us, to help us raise the frequency and consciousness of the collective. And they've come with a very strong message to remind us that we are limitless. We are so much more powerful than we can imagine. And they are here to show us, just by being themselves. You can't really control or put these little beings, little 5-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds, it's definitely not babies, into a box. So it's a new model of conscious parenting from the heart. And this is transferable to how we relate to each other as adults, sovereign beings, sovereign souls, connecting higher self to higher self, soul to soul, heart to heart. So it's a lot of energy. And finally, the third message that I have been receiving, and this one's a more recent message in the last year or so, was another level of sovereignty that the dragons wish to help us with, because the dragons' frequency, from my experience, and I can only share my experience, so please only take what resonates, is the frequencies of freedom and courage. The dragons are here to really remind us to be free, that we have dragon wings, and to come into the heart space and access our own courage, that we are very brave, and our courage comes from our heart. So I have been working a lot very recently with quantum technology, and the dragons have spoken to me a lot about healing our wounds around technology. Many of us have got a lot of wounds from different incarnations where we feel very suspicious or judgmental or fearful around technology. And this is just the frequency of separation. The dragons are here to remind us that we must always come back into love, into the heart space, into our dragon hearts. So I've been working a lot with a frequency device, which is here to help us raise our frequency as a sovereign being, each person raising their own frequency, taking responsibility for their own frequency, raising their consciousness, taking sovereign responsibility for their own consciousness. And by doing this, we radiate this out into the world. We help raise the frequency of our families. We help raise the frequency and consciousness of our neighbors, of our clients, of our friends, and our communities in divine service. And so this frequency device can really help us accelerate the ascension path of those in our community, as well as ourselves. And it helps us to come into divine harmony, divine order, and coherence. So those are the 3 messages, and I would like to offer you a light language transmission, a dragon heart activation. I have a lot of energy coming through me, so it's a little bit difficult to speak English words. So as with everything, we must use our discernment with what we are receiving. So you will only receive if you consent. This is how it works. So I invite you to stand up if you feel that you are open to receive this activation. And the intention is to reconnect you with your dragon heart. This is accessible to everyone. And it helps you access these frequencies of freedom and courage, and also to connect from your dragon heart to the dragon of your dragon guardian. And if you feel that, no, I don't have a dragon guardian, or no, I'm not worthy of that, I'm not good enough for dragons, that's something for other people, like that person there who's doing weird things with her hands. I really invite you to step into another level of love and acceptance for yourself. The dragon mission of dragon riders is to uplift and empower each other, is to shine brightly, allow your soul to radiate, and to give permission to the person next to you. Please shine brightly too, or even brighter. So, if you feel like you would like to receive, I invite you to stand up. And this is a dragon mudra that I've been working with to activate. And invite your dragons, your dragon tribe, your dragon beloveds, those of the light who love you unconditionally, to be with you. And state, I activate my dragon heart now. Ya kuetia kaya natia kuria ya niashia yukusia tiaria kuya niashuesia kia natia kuya est aruesia honoria niasia kuya kiaria asukushia niakue Iriasia kue nikia titiaru kue niama suetia kiaria kusia kia kututuria Uria katsara hotia shuena kia aktoria masia kueria quesanatia shikaria hot tatia questa takia no shaya Nanzio tia quenia kia masuashia maktori tititiaria quena kia siamo shuti kushia kiria quena siania Yaria wesia ruko iria quena maya niashua Jonesia diaresia noesia naju nis arut eanek ia shuto ziaraki anama oesh anat anar fuatiasi. Nesaru kwe kiatia maru neria kwesana kiatu tutu. Tu ernat anama suatia kianwe area wasiati kiatu. Ayuena masuatia kianyaru atiatiasu. Nararia kuaria dana mazuea shia. Ania kue sitia kuana tiama. Nera kueta nasia mayu kueriati. And it is complete, it is done. I hope. And if you have any questions about this, you're so welcome to send me a message on Instagram. And I'm always curious about how you experience it, the frequency, and about light language. It's an energy transmission, it's consciousness technology, it's multidimensional, it's received from the soul and the energy field, and it's always guided from your higher self to take what is needed in this moment, and it's always for the highest good. And if you have any questions about the frequency device that I've been using, I've been running a frequency called Relax, because I was feeling a little bit nervous opening this.
Naomi, you actually do have a question from the audience, which is, how do you learn light language? I know that could be a long answer.
Yeah, that's a great question. Light language is the language of the soul. So everyone can do it. I am a light language activator. I offer one-to-one sessions activating it. So if it's something that is interesting for you, you're so welcome to contact me. It is a beautiful, beautiful way of getting to know the self. Getting to know parts of the soul, different aspects of your multidimensional soul. It's an amazing way of communicating with your guides and your higher self. And I speak a lot of different light language dialects. So I really recommend it. It's life-changing. My children speak light language, and I hear light language from flowers and trees. It's a beautiful way to expand.
So there's another question. How do I book a session?
Yeah.
We can put your information in. Yeah.
Just send me a message on Instagram. If you do send me a message on Instagram, I receive a lot of messages. So please put a dragon emoji or something so I know that you're from here. And my Instagram is @stella.wellness. Stella like the stars, .wellness. I work a lot with galactic dragons. Thank you so much.
Actually, Naomi, in the comments, when you get a chance, people are saying that they felt it in their chakras. Somebody's dragon appeared to them. So lots of a beautiful way to open our conference. And I think we all hear you on like being anxious and a little nervous when you know there's all those people out there. But beautiful start. Somebody said, what a great start to Sunday, which I think is fabulous.
Beautiful.
So thank you so much. I saw water and air portals open in my dream last night with intense, powerful energy and light language. I was standing with a woman thinking I was astral travel in my astral state last night. So amazing, so grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm reading the comments. It's so beautiful. And yes, light language is very open. It's open to everyone, and it can come through naturally. My light language just started activating when I was pregnant. With my 5th child. It started coming through my hands and dance. I danced a lot through my labors and had very beautiful orgasmic births because of this opening. And someone here has also said, I love my Healy too. Yes, the Healy, it's another level of expansion. And again, it's this way of coming back to the soul. And we're all on this journey together, this human experience of evolution, expansion, and coming back to the self. And there are many tools available. So whether it's cacao, Healy, frequency device, light language, and dragons, they're available to us all. You're also beautiful.
So somebody asked, which is $1 million question. You said you work with galactic dragons. What types are there? I think that's like a good. I work with in the galactic realm. So over to you.
Yes. Oh, it's my favorite question for sure. Yes, I work with many galactic dragons. 7D, 9D, 12D, 18D dragons. I have a 12D dragon with me now, and many dragons from the Pleiades, Andromeda, Orion, Mintaka dragons, Syrian dragons. Many dragons who work with ascended masters and angelic beings. Elohim, Seraphim. So there are many dragons, and the way to connect to them is to expand, to open, to believe that we are limitless. Once we reach a certain frequency where we are working with the quantum and we must truly accept and believe that we are limitless. And of course, we are having a human experience, so we will have moments of doubt and fear and separation and feelings of not being good enough and not knowing enough, not being perfect, or being nervous about speaking in front of people or doing weird things like light language. But once we come to a certain frequency of love, self-love and acceptance, all kinds of beautiful light beings come into our field and wish to work with us and help us because we are on a divine mission and divine service.
So somebody says, and we can answer this one, I don't use Instagram. Please, can I have email or WhatsApp number? So I'm sure you have social media.
Yes, I can put my email into the into the chat box. Yeah.
I know. And then somebody else asked, do you have any experience with golden dragons?
Yes, there are so many beautiful golden dragons, and one of the golden dragon types that are very present right now, and I must get the name of them right because they just came to me very recently, and they were very much present last week with me. I was at a Healy retreat with 300 brothers and sisters from all around the world, where we were raising the frequency together of the collective, and there were many of these dragons. So they are new earth golden dragons, and they're here to be with us, to build, to create heaven on earth. And yeah, they're super beautiful, and they come to us when we really are on mission, when we have put aside the ego, and we're really on mission. We're in divine service. We're here to create heaven on earth together.
So again, somebody's asking about this. Is all being recorded? They're asking again about the webinar. It's going to be recorded and uploaded to Dragon Thunder, and there are other pre-recorded messages. So don't fear, you will get a copy. And I think, you know, people, when they watch this again and again, like, you get different experiences from it. So I think it's just amazing that we can connect around the world without having to meet in person, right?
Yeah, we are so blessed. We're so blessed to be in this time. And this is also a code. You know, we're all here on a computer or on a phone, in a Zoom room. This is technology, and technology is a beautiful tool. It's not, you know, good or bad. It's just the intention behind it. So as with everything, so our intention is to connect, to find our tribe, to be in love, to be on the mission. And we're using technology. It's such a blessing.
Yes. And somebody said, thank you for your confirmation. I think we're going to get a lot of confirmations today for all the things we've been experiencing, and hear other people experiencing the same thing. So awesome.
Yes, excited. It's such an amazing event with so many amazing speakers.
So there's two questions. One about, so anybody can learn light language, and the other one is, does the activation translate? Two good questions.
Yes, so it's light language. There are many different dialects of light language from many different origins, and it's activated from within you, your multidimensional soul. So you have had many incarnations, lifetimes, past, present, future, and parallel. So you have so much soul wisdom in you, including your soul dialect and light language from different places, which carry different frequencies. So it is just activated within you. I'm just, you know, my frequency is that of an expander, an activator. So it happens quite naturally. It often happens very easily. Like somebody has written here that they brought through some light language now. This is very common when people are with me. And I know many other light language activators. I know there's one here in the chat, one of my dear sisters. So yes, it's just an activation. It comes within you, and then it's like with everything else, it's with practice. So we just practice it all the time and make it a normal part of us and our daily lives, because we can have a lot of human blocks, limiting beliefs and fears. We can have a lot of blocks around the throat chakras. We may have had many incarnations where we have been persecuted, judged, outcast for speaking light language, where our magic, our frequency, our power, our divine power was not welcomed or received, and this can have effect on us. So it's not always like this. It's, as with everything, it's a two-way process. You know, it's not that I'm doing something to you. It's a synergy. So it can be instant, and it can take a while, but it's usually pretty quick. Right. Because that's my intention. I believe that if everyone was speaking light language or channeling light language through their hand, things would be quite different.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I hear you. I didn't actually get activated. I just had it downloaded. So the next question is, how are you applying quantum physics that you mentioned in the beginning?
Yes, so this is a very large topic, and so I've got this, I can't quite see it, but it's a frequency device called a Healy frequency device. It has a quantum sensor in it, and it was invented by a quantum physicist, a German called Markus Schmieke. And you can go and look on YouTube for some information about him. And he was also a monk, a Buddhist monk for 10 years. So he has this beautiful blend of science and spirituality that not everyone has. I certainly don't. And he, like with a lot of beautiful ideas, I believe he channeled this information. And because he had the education and the knowledge as a quantum physicist and had people around him in that field, he could create this device. When I tune into this device, and there may be many people here who are very intuitive, you can feel the frequency of this device, and I feel it is with ancient wisdom from the crystal realm. So yeah, and in the times that we live in now, we have access to it as a portable wearable device. You can use it in your home. Its mother machine is called the time waver machine, which is a bioresonance machine, which many people may be more familiar with. So it is actually very much, I believe that if it is a transmission, it's the consciousness. So if you are drawn to it, it is calling you. It is, you're at that level of frequency where you could co-create with it without fear and without doubt and without all of those more human vibrations that can limit us.
Right. So before I answer to the next question, we are not using the hand raise because you don't have microphones. Can you please place your questions under Q&A and we will get to them. We've got 10 minutes, so we're doing great. So the next question is, are there RA dragons, meaning solar dragons?
What was the question? Solar dragons?
Are there solar dragons?
Yes, there are many solar dragons, and these are beautiful dragons. I actually have a light language code tattoo here. Maybe you can see it. It's a code from the solar dragons. And this one is for courage, and this is actually downloaded by my dear sister Gayatri Singh, who's also a speaker in this event. She's done a beautiful oracle card deck channeled by the dragon. So those were super activating for me. Her cards, the light language that was there in those cards was very activating. It was almost like a direct message from the dragons to me. You're right, you're not making it up. There are dragons here, because I had a lot of resistance around this idea of dragons, even though I'm from Wales. We have a big dragon on our flag. But I just, like many of us, we have an idea or a concept or a word, but we don't have that felt experience or the energetic frequency, the transmission. So yeah, solar dragons are beautiful. You can obviously connect to them through the sun. I work with them a lot to not manipulate, but to change the weather slightly. To help it be a sunny day. If it is an extremely, we've had a long run of cloudy days. So.
Right, I muted myself. Where do you find this device?
Yes, so I hope the person who asked this question has Instagram and can go to my page, and there's a link on my page in the bio. You can click on it and you can find out more about it. You're also welcome to ask me questions directly in the messages on Instagram about Healy. Again, please put the dragon emoji so I know where you're from. And yeah, there are a lot of videos about this that are direct transmissions from the inventors, the quantum physicists. It's better to hear about the science from a scientist, not a light language activator and a mother. It's like we want to have integrity when we're sharing this important quantum technology. So I can send you some videos and information, and it's always a sovereign choice and it's very much a heart-led choice.
Yeah. Somebody's just saying they're here from Wales, Swansea.
Oh, hello Welsh friends.
Yes, I know. I'm sure we're confusing people. I'm on the East Coast of the United States with a British accent, right? So there's a lot of people that have, gone where they've been called to go. So, and I think we're going to hear that in so many people's messages. And as you said, how other people have experienced connecting, because we've all connected to dragons, but in slightly different ways. So, we've got another question. What is your Instagram again?
Yes, I think Kevin just put it in the chat, stella.wellness.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's on all our bios. So when you can find your bio, and it will be in there, right? Your social media links. Right.
Yes.
So we've done really well. We're almost 5 minutes before 10. Now 3 questions. Two more questions. Are you on TikTok?
No, I think I might be too old for TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a friend who is on Instagram.
Right. And somebody's asked if we can post speaker information. We're doing our best, but there's a lot of information about speakers. So you can find them all of us are on Dragon Thunder with our and as we bring speakers up, we're going to be introducing them. But so is there a hand mudra to connect with our dragon guardians you prefer? So they're asking about a hand mudra.
Yes, so there are many hand mudras. Light language comes through hand mudras a lot. And if you are already channeling energy through your hands, for example, you are activated in Reiki or angel healing or some other modality, and this again is accessible to all of us, you can just play a little bit with energy. As if you do a lot of qigong or yoga, these are all great ways to activate that. So hand mudras. So I started with this one. It's just a very basic hands outwards. And intention is everything. So stating that I activate my dragon heart now is a beautiful way. I invite you, brothers and sisters in this space, to start being very intentional, because you've received an activation and also some Healy frequencies. So you're already shifting a little bit into a higher frequency, into the quantum. So it is very important to be very intentional. The dragon message is also very intentional with our thoughts and the words that we speak, that they are always of love, and that they are always of what we wish to create and experience.
Thank you so much. There's one more question, the last question. How to talk to dragons. And I think I will say we all talk to dragons differently, but you just speak to them. But over to you. So you get the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I would really invite, if you're not already using an oracle card deck, I really, really, from my heart, invite you to purchase Gayatri Singh's Dragon deck. She's speaking in this as well. She's done a recording. It is a very powerful deck. The light language codes in it will activate you on some level. And you can communicate with them that way. Communicate always first with your higher self, and then invite your dragon guardian, always in sacred space, just with your intention, stating that I am sacred space. And it's Gayatri Singh's deck. Somebody asked for the name, Guardians of Youth, and her information will be on the webpage.
Yeah.
She's a very beautiful sister. And also, just like you said, Barbara, just speaking to them, you know, like we talk to our angels, you know, I tell my children to ask their angels every day to help them and to, you know, to give them some, you know, courage, and just having a conversation. A lot of us have dampened down our imagination and our belief in magic. And this is the way this 3D human experience works, to limit us. So remembering the transmission that came from the children, that we are limitless. We are limitless. We must anchor and believe it. Not just the words, not just the thoughts. We must really anchor that frequency.
So thank you. Right on time. So thank you, dragons. They're keeping us on target. So thank you again. Thank you. And we look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I will hand over to you for our next speaker.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Naomi. And that's the card deck. And as with all of these things, everything is on dragonthunder.info. Every link, every card deck, all the information you keep asking for is there. You just need to scroll down the page and you'll find the speakers, the ones that you're seeing here and the ones that are pre-recorded. Thank you, Naomi. That was beautiful. Thank you very, very much.